You have been fighting this tooth and nail down in your state. That Epic City thing, that big Islamic development, Sharia law there, kind of even trying to creep its way into schools in some cases, I've read. So talk about what you're up against.
Yeah, so all of a sudden it's kind of a big issue. We're defending against the Muslim Brotherhood, who sued the state of Texas over some of the things that we were trying to accomplish by the governor calling them a terrorist organization, which they are. We stopped a Kaufman County development, which is just east of Dallas, that was trying to impose Sharia law and discriminating against non-Muslims moving in. We've also sued, as you mentioned, over the Epic City problem, which we think is a real problem because, as you suggested, it's not being Muslim, it's following Sharia law.
That's it. Yes.
And if you're not going to follow our state laws, our federal laws, and our Constitution, then guess what? You're in the wrong country. All we ask is that you follow our laws. You can worship however you want to. And you're right, it's also infiltrated some of our public schools. We've been able to get some of that stuff canceled where they had like a sporting event only for Muslims. So it's gotten a little crazy, and some of these governmental entities have tried to participate, but we're watching it. And I think it's very important. We've seen what's happened in Europe, and we've seen what's happened in some of these states like Michigan. And we're just not going to let that happen in Texas.
Now, Ken, the words you just said right there, you're watching it. The way I understand how this works, and this is largely what just happened across the sea in Europe, as you just mentioned, is they kind of just start doing it, right? And then it's up to vigilant eyes to be aware that, oh, this is happening. This is coming into our school. Oh, there's a development coming up in Epic City. They're going to practice Sharia law. They just start doing it, whether we know it or not, and then you got to come in and kind of rescue things.
That's exactly right. They just start doing it. And it seems like Texas is a target right now. And they're testing us to see how much we're willing to put up with. And as much as we can, we deal with it. I mean, if we find out about something that relates to Sharia law or they're not following our laws, we're going to address it. If it's just about their worship and their faith, they can do that. They're authorized by our U.S. Constitution to worship however they want to. They just have to assimilate with our laws. And that goes from the Constitution down to our state laws.
Let's get to this. President Trump, he is still weighing his option in the current Texas Senate runoff. As you're aware, you're up against GOP Senator John Cornyn. Here's what the president said earlier this week when he was asked about the race that you're in right now. Let's listen.
I'm looking at it very strong. I like them both. I think the Democrats have a weird candidate. 6 genders, a real hit on Jesus. I mean, this guy is bad news. I do believe either one of them will easily win the race. I think that the candidate the Democrats have in Texas is a very flawed, very weak, I think he's a pathetic candidate.
Yeah, super weird, James Tallarico. But back to your race. Ken, we got some polling from the University of Houston. They're actually showing that you're ahead of Senator Cornyn by 3 points, 48 to 45. Small margin, though. What's your message to Texans tonight?
Look, my message is simple. This guy, John Cornyn, has been in office for 42 years, since I was in college, and I'm 63. He's running for a 5th term, which no one's done in Texas history. And I've spent the last 14 months on the road asking one question. What good thing has John Cornyn done? Not just in the 24 years. I'm going to give him the whole 42 years that he's been in office. What one good thing has he accomplished? And asking that question in every meeting I've been in, from one person to thousands, no one's ever given me an answer. And then I say, take any 2-week period I've been in office, John Cornyn can pick it, and I will have accomplished more in 2 weeks than he's accomplished in 42 years. We need somebody that will deliver for Texas, somebody that will go fight. And John Cornyn is not that guy. He is not Ted Cruz. As a matter of fact, he cancels his vote often, and he certainly doesn't fight for Texas.
Gonna leave it there. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, sir, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.